Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, this episode here is brought to you by the football gods weren't happy. This episode is brought to you by the football gods weren't happy. What's up, everyone? It is 6 o'clock. You know it's time to do this. You know I'm here. I'm Damon. I'm with the DK and Tree podcast. I'm happy. I'm excited. Now, again, the football gods just wasn't happy this week. And I'm just trying to figure out what was going on because it was just crazy all around the NFL. And let's not talk about our refs not making these calls. But I got to bring my boy in. And welcome TJ in here. Good evening. Good evening. What is going on? I like that background,
Man.
sir.
Thank you. Shout out, Mama. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been
Alexis,
done
welcome.
without you, so thank you.
Yeah, so again, the football gods just wasn't happy this week. I mean, the Jets, the Jets, and we just gonna start right here with the Jets. Before I give it to the 49ers.
Sure.
I'm upset with the 49ers because they couldn't do us a favor. 49ers.
Right.
Couldn't do us a favor. But just as I was just like, what is going on? What is he seeing? What is he doing? I mean, don't get me wrong, the Jets came to play, but I've always said that I'm scared of a team with a losing record because them boys play like it's no tomorrow. And you coming in there undefeated, and them boys was just playing. And I'm looking, I'm like, what is going on up here in Philly? Trust me, my Philly fans were upset. They didn't even want to talk to me. I'm like, hey, I'm like, no, I want to talk to you. I'm like, why? What is wrong? It's nothing. Listen, let's talk about this. Now they were upset. But what did you break down in the game?
Yeah, so congrats to the Jets on what was a slobber knocker of a fight. Talking about a heavyweight battle between top five defenses in the league. The Jets defense came to play, man. It just doesn't get any better than that. The way that they came after Hurts all game long. They shut the run down, which is something that we're great at. They shut that down like all game long. DeAndre Swift was a no-show. But I wanna take the time out to break down the two interceptions that Hurts threw. I know everybody's saying that he threw three. Well, one of them was an accident because I don't know how it, like literally this is how I know somebody like made someone in the higher ups upset because how the ball lands on on Goddard's cleat, tips it up in the air, it ends up in Quentin Williams' hands. I still don't know. There is no science. There's no sports science that can back that up, that can break that down. That's an accident. I'm going to break down the other two interceptions that just boggles a lot of people's minds. So I'm gonna do that here. The first one, when you look, I'm just going off of what he sees, right? So there is obviously pressure. Lane is out. So there's pressure coming up the middle. They're not sitting the full house, but they're going to rush a couple linebackers in. Okay, that's what he sees. It's third down, I believe it was, and he's looking at that. He's also looking at the space that his read. His read is AJ, I believe. AJ is on the left, and he's
Right.
looking for that side. Okay, so that's his read. Snaps the ball. He immediately gets pressured. He is already. We already saw how things are. Not just him, but any other quarterback. When they get pressured, right when the ball is snapped, that throw is already going to be a difficult thing to do. It's just already going to be like that. Okay, so he drops back. There's immense pressure already, and they're already coming from Lane's side. Lane is usually the right tackle, so he's on his right side. Okay, that pressure along with the middle is going to force him to make an errant throw. Obviously, when he is locking down on this read, which is AJ, he doesn't know that there is a safety that has come down to help out the corner that's going to help cover AJ. He doesn't see that pick. Now, the second one. The second one was just a complete stare down. He knows for sure this is going to Goddard. Nothing more, nothing less. The problem is that yet again, we have pressure coming from this time, all coming from the left side. So now we're hitting Mailata on the left side. Okay. And the thing about the Jets is that they're very good. When it's time to blitz, they're very good at making sure that they get after you. They don't
Oh yeah,
guarantee a sack,
absolutely.
but they make sure to get after you. So they rush, okay, and Hurts is eyeing the mess out of this throw. Like he feels like he has to hit Goddard. There's no other read. Well, if you look on the replay, there is Swift on the underneath route, right underneath, like right behind the linebackers. He doesn't pay attention to that. He wants to get this read off. Had he had took the read to go change it to Swift, now we're having a different conversation because then it would be 4th and short or whatever the case would be, and go from there. The problem is he's staring down Goddard. That's his read, knowing good and well that he's double covered. Because the route that Goddard runs and the route that Devontae runs are too close to each other.
Right.
Anytime you have two routes that are too close to each other, you now bring in defense to it. It's kind of like basketball. If you do a pick and roll and you don't go to the basket, you've now brought defense to the guy that has the ball. It's the same thing. So now you got these two defenders here. Hurts doesn't see it because of the mess, and boom, stares down, interception. I get it. Bad throws. I'm not taking that away. However, this is what happens for whatever reason. I notice this happens every year when it comes to the Eagles. Whenever Lane Johnson goes down, apparently our offensive line does not know how to block anymore. It just doesn't exist.
Right.
And you could say the drop passes by Devontae Smith. I mean, I guess he wanted to do his best Nelson Aguilar impression. I don't know, but that doesn't happen all the time. That's not gonna happen again. I can tell you that right now. But it was a very very weird game. Like who
Who would
made the
have
higher ups
thought?
upset?
The football gods was not happy. So the 72 Miami Dolphins is safe for another year.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, the Jets played momentous football. That's what I call that game was. They showed up when they needed to. They made the plays when they needed to make them, and Zach Wilson didn't get in the way. So that sometimes that's all you need to win some games in the NFL. But it was so weird because we controlled that game from start to finish. Like time of possession, getting well, let me not say points on the board because the last 9 drives we didn't get anything. Missed field goals, punt. Shoot, I was joking about the Cowboys being a 3-and-out team. We were the 3-and-out team.
Right.
Punt. So, it is so confusing, and I get it. It's a trap game. We got trapped. It's fine. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. I don't think the 49ers are gonna lose sleep over their game.
No.
But
Because
what makes
all
it
in
worse for
all,
us? What makes it worse for us is we got Miami.
You, the 49ers, and the Chiefs have the best records in the AFC right now. Hey, remember what did I just say?
Yeah.
The Chiefs? Did I say the Chiefs?
Yeah.
The Chiefs.
Oh, there's another team now.
Did I say the Chiefs? Oh yeah, 3-5-1 teams.
Make it 4 out of the whole league because Detroit is also 5-1.
Yeah, and we got them next week. Boy, am I
God
nervous
bless you.
about that
God
game.
bless you. Yeah.
We got Detroit next week, and I'm nervous about that game. Okay, but I was just watching. I said, "Oh, why is the football guys not happy? What is going on?" And like I said, looking, and I'm looking at Jalen, I'm looking at his eyes. I'm like, "What did he see? Where was he throwing to?" I get that he was like trying to scramble, trying to make plays happen. Like you said, Swift was open. He's wide open. He was wide open behind him, wide open. Saw that. And I was like, he would have been 30, 40 yards down the field. He
I
made some
wouldn't go
people
that
miss.
far, but it definitely would
No,
have been a first down.
no, he'd been 30, 40
Down that
yards down the field. The
situation.
boy is fast, and he can make some people miss. So I was like, I was just trying to understand, okay, what's going on with the powerhouse teams this week? All the powerhouse teams struggled. Every last one of them just struggled this week.
All of them.
I don't even consider that's a powerhouse team, and we struggled with Tennessee. So, I mean, this week was just the underdog week. It was just like, oh, nope, this was going to happen. Nope, this was going to happen. No, this was going to happen. The football gods was so it's this guy I follow on YouTube, and he's a Cowboys fan. It was so funny because he was saying he made a little clip saying, I love how the football guys have a way of saying, oh, we did this. Listen, sir, the 49ers tore the fur off of you. You got to take that. You got to take it. Sorry.
Yeah,
it's just if we get shellacked. You got to take it. Okay, if they get beat, they get beat. But you got to accept that. Now, I mean, the Cowboys was in the fight of their life last night. They was in the fight of their life last night. The fight of their life. And when LA went down, scored that first touchdown, I was like, ooh, is this how the game's going to go? Cowboys came right back. I said, But that was a defensive struggle. But that gets to my point of talking about that game. And I was texting you last night saying, take the points. Take the points. Yeah. Take the points. Take the points. Now, if they would have took the points all along, the game would have ended 23-20, Cowboys. If they took the points. Remember, Cowboys went for it on fourth down, got stopped. LA went for it on fourth down, got stopped. Take the points. I'm just not understanding. Everybody wants to follow these analytics and stuff like that. If you're in the fight of your life and you seeing what your defense is doing, you need every point possible until someone makes a mistake. And that's pretty much what happened last night. Someone made a mistake.
Well, the thing about the Chargers, man, you can't describe what happened yesterday. You really can't. Herbert, I don't care what anybody says, he was balling yesterday. I don't know many quarterbacks that don't get me wrong, it's not his throwing hand, but he has a broken middle finger that he's playing with. And I know he missed on some surefire touchdowns yesterday. I get it. 1,000%.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he sure did.
But let me tell you something right now. Given those conditions, considering the offensive line just refused to block for him yet again, he was letting it rip still like it was nothing. There's not many quarterbacks in this league that can do that. I'm so serious when I say that. Herbert really played his tail off. And Keenan Allen, it seemed like he keeps getting older and he just keeps getting better every year. I don't know what it is. The only problem is that the man can't stay healthy for a full season to where we can see his greatness on display for a full year. But man, is he awesome! But this is what we say about the Chargers every year. They have all these players, they have all this talent. It just goes down to coaching. And again, it's Brandon Staley yet again. You know, this at first the knock on him was that he was going for it on their 27. Now he's trying to not go for it on the opposing team's 27. I don't know what I'm supposed to take away from that other than the fact that like what am I supposed to believe in regards to your team? Like, do you trust them? It's 4th and 1 in practical red zone situation. First of all, the 4th and 1 that they went for that they didn't get, they decided to throw. You got Austin Eckler in the backfield. Run the football. You got Justin Herbert, 6'5", 240 pounds. Do a QB sneak. Do something. Read option. Something. Do what Dallas did. Read option. Boom. Get a first down. That was not a moment for you to throw that football, and yet that's what was called on that 4th and 1. And yet again, here comes this defense, this highly paid defense of the Chargers. They keep making mistake after mistake. 15-yard penalty by Derwin James.
Oh,
missed
yeah. Let's
tackle
not talk about the
here.
laundry
Missed
last
tackle
night.
there. Oh my word! I'm like, yo, like what is going on? Oh, okay, I do want to talk about this though, because there was a moment before halftime that I still don't get it. Okay, so Dallas was marching down the field right before halftime.
Mm-hmm.
They threw a ball to, I believe it was Brandon Cooks. It hit him out of bounds. The clock didn't stop. I think it was at 15 seconds or something like that. And it didn't stop. They went on to continue to do another play. And it didn't stop again after a timeout. No, I'm sorry. My bad. A play was run. Then a timeout was called at 8 seconds. Come back from a commercial break. It was 30 seconds.
And it was down to 3 seconds.
And it was down to 3.
Yeah, even Troy Aikman was like, hey, what's going on here?
I'm like, what? We can do that? What is that?
Hey, listen. That's that squirrely stuff that I be talking about, because Troy Aikman said, wait a minute. He said, it was 8 seconds on the clock. Where'd the 5 seconds go?
It gets worse because they try to break it down like, oh, well, this is why they had the runoff. There is no reason to have a runoff.
There is no runoff. There's no runoff.
There's a timeout. It's called a timeout. It stops the clock.
Right. Yeah. See? That's what I talk about. What is, and I don't even know if I can blame that on the refs. I don't know who to blame that on.
I mean, that again, like, majority of the games this week has been really, really just really weird. Like, just a lot of weird stuff happening. And
football
that's one
gods.
of them.
Whoever upset the football guys this week, please stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Yes.
Stop upsetting the football gods. We want good games here. We don't want none of this squirrely stuff that happened this week. The football gods were upset, okay? Because, again,
gave that game away.
I congratulated the Dallas fans last night on winning. I said, but that game wasn't easy. That game was not easy. And everybody predicted 90-something Americans. Oh, Dallas is going to whip them. Dallas is going to whip them. Oh, no, they didn't whip them. No, they put up a fight. Dak got really lucky with a lot of things, getting out of a couple of those sacks. He got lucky. I had to give it to him. And then at the end, he was just like, oh, we busted our ass off. Yeah, y'all did. Y'all had to. But remember, you're the captain of that ship, okay? Mm-hmm. The defense, I have to give it to them. I think if you looked at like Parson looked tired, but he just kept fighting and kept fighting. Yep. Both defenses, their tongues were hanging out their mouth. It was just which one could outperform the other. And Dallas outperformed LA last night. And I mean, Dallas fans was in the house, boy, because they took over that stadium.
Were they?
Man, they took over that stadium.
And everything good that happened that Dallas did, I've never heard a road game that felt like another team's. Yeah, like that was just supremely loud. But Chargers, let's not act like the Chargers didn't give this game away. They had so many opportunities to just blow this game out the water.
Again, that's why I said take the points. I'm always an advocate of taking the points. Marvin, welcome. Yeah, I'm always an advocate for taking the points. I didn't understand why they wasn't taking the points. I'm like, you get down and take the point. Again, if they would have took the points, all in all, Dallas would have won the game 23-20. If you want to say they took the points. Dallas would have won the game 23-20. But neither one of them, y'all want to go for it on 4th down instead of taking the points. Because if you're having that much of a defensive struggle, your offense really can't do nothing, and you just hoping to get a lucky play, What if that would have been a big mistake, a fumble?
Right.
Because, man,
Right.
these defenses, all of them around the league was playing lights out.
Yeah.
Lights out.
Mhm.
And then, what was it? One, I think Herbert's arm got hit and the ball just sailed. You know,
Yep.
these defenses are playing lights out, so you cannot underestimate your opponent. And that's what it is. I think Dallas was a little lackadaisical coming in there. Like, oh, I didn't think they was going to give us this much of a fight. And they did. They put up a fight. And
Yeah.
I'm not mad at them. I'm not. It's just like with the Jets. They put up a fight. But again, I don't like playing these teams with these losing records. And then, especially knowing that we got Detroit coming to town this week.
Right.
And they got a winning record. So
tied for
Erica,
number one in the league.
Oh my goodness. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Any of my 49ers fans in here yet? Because I'm getting to y'all next. Any of my 49ers. Yeah, I'm getting to y'all. Y'all could not help us out in one capacity and just win the game. So, we could just go up a little bit more. Y'all couldn't do us this one solid, this one favor. Y'all had to go there and lay that duck at the end of the game. And speaking of that, can anybody pay for a kicker in this league? It seems like nobody can kick. Anybody pay for a kicker?
Hey,
can anyone pay for a kicker? And not to mention, he was a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
A rookie. And they made it known that he was a rookie kicker. I said, they just jinxed that guy. Then they iced him. Yeah. and then under all that pressure, you sail the ball. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah, I mean,
they gave Brock Purdy all he can handle.
Yeah.
So it showed me something.
What
Can Brock really handle that pressure? Because they was on him. Then you lost Debo, right? Who else did they lose? They lost Debo and they lost
McCaffrey.
McCaffrey. You lost your two best weapons. But hey, what about the next person stepping up? Y'all get paid high money for this.
Yeah. I mean, well, this was so funny because I actually look at Kyle Shanahan for this loss. Then I look at Brock Purdy. Here's what I mean. Yes, Brock Purdy threw the interception. Got it. Yes, Brock Purdy was a little bit off. Well, when you're going against a top 5 defense, your quarterback is going to be a little bit off. You're not going to get your 400-yard performances. It's just not happening.
Absolutely.
Okay? So you got that, right? Even still, Purdy still led them down on that final drive. The problem that I had with Shanahan's play calling as McCaffrey and Debo were out was, why didn't we get George Kittle involved? He only had one catch all game. One.
Didn't you mention this last week? Didn't you mention this last week?
I said it. Catch. What is going on? And so my thing is that I don't. It is so tricky because Kittle, out of all people, when we talk about tight ends in general, if it came to a tight end against the Cleveland Browns, Kittle owns them. Why didn't you feed them the ball? The linebackers are not going to cover Kittle. They just don't. That's not what they're there for. They're there to rush the passer. So you could have changed the entire game plan. You know you don't have the running back to get 4 to 5 yards. You had McCaffrey out. You had Mitchell out. You had Jordan Mason out there running back. Like, you know you're not going to run the football. You know you're not going to throw it deep to Debo. You're not going to do any trick plays because all you have is Ayuk out there. So use what you have. And so I feel like Brock did the best that he possibly could given what the plays were given to him. I do believe, though, that if Kittle was getting heavily targeted like he was supposed to, maybe 10 to 12 targets or something like that, the game, we will be having a totally different story. Because like I said, Kittle owns Cleveland. He always owned them. He's guaranteed a touchdown.
Right.
Guaranteed a touchdown, at least. He may not get 100 yards, but he's a constant touchdown, 7 receptions, 86 yards, a touchdown guy against Cleveland. Always has been.
Right. Right.
can only do but so much. And granted, yes, I know it's PJ Walker, but boy, oh boy, can we shout out Amari Cooper, man?
Mm.
He's still doing his thing, y'all. I don't
Yes, he
know.
is.
I don't know how else you can put it, man. He's getting separation. He's making catches that not a whole lot of receivers can make in this league anymore.
And can I say again that Dallas, y'all made a mistake letting that guy go? I'm just saying. I just want to say that.
Yeah.
I just want to say that y'all made a mistake. Y'all let the
Of
wrong guy go.
course.
Y'all let the wrong guy, wrong receiver go. And now he's tearing it up someplace else. So I'm just saying, the 49ers, I was like, wait a minute, why are the 49ers having this much of a struggle? I know each week is any given week, any given Sunday, but I didn't think the 49ers would struggle that much against Cleveland. And at the end of the game, you lose it on your kicker. At the end of the game. And then I had people, I saw some of the people talking about, oh, the penalties. And this is what I said to him.
Penalties.
I get it. But this is what I said to him. If you handle your business up front, you ain't got to worry about the refs with those penalties. If you handle your business up front, we ain't got to worry about a holding call, a pass interference call, a roughing the passer call. We don't have to worry about any of these calls. No holding or nothing. If you handle your business up front and tear the fur off of them, you don't have anything to worry about. And the person actually agreed with me. They said, you're right. But, I love how social media lights up, like when people win, people lose, and stuff like that. It is so funny because the comment section just be rolling. And I be all for the smoke because I be in the comment section too.
Well, again,
I tell them all the time, listen, I don't take any of this stuff personally. This is what I'm on here for. And I invited any person that is on my Facebook, Twitter, YouTube to come on here and you can debate me. I give you this platform to come out here and talk your trash and rep your team. And what do? They stay in the shadows. They still stay in the shadows. I'm like, I'm here every Tuesday. And wherever if the Ravens win, lose, or draw, the brother man is always here to rep the Ravens. And like I said, even with the interview with Channel 11, I told him after that embarrassing loss to the Steelers, it was embarrassing. I said, we just got to bounce back from that. So, which we did, we bounced back. Now we got a rough team coming in here in Detroit. And you know how much I've been advocating for Detroit. Now they're coming to play us. But I'm not going against the Ravens. Hey, any given Sunday, y'all coming into Baltimore. Hey, did we tell you things happen down at the bank? They're not coming to rob that bank from us, okay?
All right. God bless you.
I know, right?
Like, back to what you were saying earlier about the penalties, man. Like, again, that goes back down to coaching, man, because you have to discipline your players to make sure that they're not in those situations in the first place, right? And so that was another issue that I had with Shanahan. Like, a lot of those flags, like, I'm like, I thought that your defense, I thought that your offensive line, your fronts would be more disciplined than that. And they weren't. Flags everywhere, and it was just careless football going on in Cleveland on Sunday, and it showed. So I mean, it goes like you mentioned, like, if your team is disciplined enough, you don't have to worry about having to be in a predicament to where you may potentially lose the game because you're that buttoned up. But when you and I think you know what it also was, and I say this for a lot of games this week. Man, did a lot of teams play down to their competition. I mean, played down to their competition because there was a lot of things that were uncharacteristic that you would never see them do from week to week. But I mean, they just played down to their competition, man, and it's like, even Miami was down 14-0.
Right.
To start
Which
the second
I
quarter.
was shocked. I was like, wait a minute, does that say 14? Not my what? But you see what happened. Miami started marching back.
42 straight.
Yeah.
Let me say this
Miami was like, nah, that's not happening to us. Not happening.
Miami said, I'm going to spot you 14. We're going to have 42 straight points.
Yeah, let me smack you around.
Let me like that.
Yeah, let me smack you around. So, but man, I tell you, it makes no sense. It was just a wild weekend, wild weekend. But 49ers fans, hey, I was rooting for y'all. Y'all let me down. See, that was another team that I picked, didn't win. Yeah, see, they let me down. Let me down.
Yeah.
It just let me down. So, but I tell you, somebody didn't let me down. Them Ravens. They didn't let me down. I'm happy with the win. I'm not happy about the performance. Okay. I'm not happy about the performance. The reason I'm not happy about the performance is because when we get down there in the red zone, you got to score touchdowns. These field goals ain't going to get it, especially getting deeper and deeper in the playoffs. We got to find a way to get in the end zone. We just do. I don't care how you do it. You got to run them guys over, but you got to get in the end zone. Whole bunch of field goals ain't going to win the game. And like when I was up at Maryland Live watching it, one of the guys that was a Ravens fan, he said, man, see, the Ravens about to make me nervous coming in the third quarter. And then you see how that momentum started switching towards Tennessee. Yeah. Then when Derrick Henry had that run, I said, oh, Lord. And again, everybody was like, why is he running with Derrick Henry? I said, because he doesn't want to be a human highlight reel, but he ended up being one anyway. Because you saw what the news clip was when he stiff-armed him to the ground. Yeah. They got still shots of that. No one wants to be a casualty of Derrick Henry. That's why you got to hit Henry up front. But when he ran around that side, I said, oh, he gone. He gone. I just knew that was a touchdown. But they end up tackling and getting them down. I said, woo, thank you, Jesus. But he was just saying that, hey, man, he said, this is where we start losing the game. This is where we're not managing the game. He said, it always happens that way. I said, yeah, that has been a trend for us. That, third and fourth quarter, we just fall to pieces. And I said, okay, just settle down. What brought that momentum back was Geno Stone. When he intercepted that ball, I said, there we go. That brought the momentum back, and we was able to just take that game and just run away with it. Yes, I'm happy that we won the game. I'm just not happy about the performance. Now, what I thought would come into play, and I don't really think it came into play, is the Ravens was over there all week long. Yeah. Tennessee had just got there on Friday. And it didn't even look like it. Them boys were playing super hard. Yeah. Them boys were playing super hard. I was like, I said some fatigue gonna set in, something's gonna set in, and we can run away with this game. Nah, them boys was playing. I think they took some Red Bull before they hit the floor. I think they should be tested. That's what.
Oh, don't you do that?
They took Red Bull or something. Because them boys was playing extra hard from getting there 55 hours prior to game time.
Yeah. We would have a totally different conversation if they won that game. I'll definitely say that.
Because them boys were fighting. But again, remember, they got a losing record. They're like, we don't have anything to lose. That's why I don't like playing these teams that have losing records. Because they always come. They always sit here and be like, they will play you harder and harder and harder. I see Kelsey. Yeah, they play harder and harder and harder. I'm like, wow. And I even started sitting there getting nervous for a little bit, like, ooh, oh Lord, my heart's starting to beat. But when he intercepted that ball, I was happy. I was happy that he intercepted that ball. So we got it back. We was able to close that game out. But again, we have to score touchdowns. You can't get down the red zone and just keep kicking field goals. That's not going to do it, especially we're getting deeper and deeper into the season. We get into playoffs, you better score some points. Field goals ain't going to win no game. You better score some points. Our defense is good, but we're not great yet. We're good. No. We're damn good. We're not great yet. If we get to the level of great and them boys just start popping off and popping people, I wouldn't be so concerned. But we're not great yet. We're damn good. We're not great. But I'll get your opinion on it.
I mean, I think you hit it right on the nail, man. I will say that your defense, ironically, your defense was one Derrick Henry big time performance away from completely no showing.
Yeah.
They are what I've seen from their defense so far is that they are controlling their end with their front seven. Uh, their secondary is very opportunistic. But I'm still seeing a lot of concerns, man. I think the reason why they're like not, delivering the wood, I think it's because of injuries, man. I think they know that they're just, they're one, injury away from their defense not being the same. They don't want to take that chance. So I mean, I'd rather you not, do it. I mean, take some risks every once in a while, but you know, I get it. I really do. Because if there's there's not a whole lot of teams in the league that can say that they have quite the injury bug like the Baltimore Ravens do. I,
Oh,
I make a
right.
I make a joke.
Right.
I make a joke all the time, man. Like I don't know what it is about that Baltimore water, but y'all need to some need to be done. Like
In a harbor water. They need to stop drinking it. That's what it is.
there's something in that
But
Baltimore water,
Venus, welcome. Yeah.
So it's like I get it, but the offense, man, I think they're still like trying to figure it out, man. Like you know what's funny when everybody was saying that Philly's offense, was kind of in shambles or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but we're still putting up like 30 points. Like, we're still getting the ball in the end zone.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
we're still
absolutely.
cashing in.
Absolutely.
And then I'm looking at a Ravens offense, and I'm like, hey, like, it's a Lamar Jackson play, and if Lamar doesn't make that play, then the offense is pretty much stagnant. Like, how do you expect for that to be for a whole season? What if Lamar has to sit up there and be like, hey, look, man, I can't rush for 8 times and get 70 yards. I can't do that every game. I can't.
Right.
I need somebody to step up in the running game. And I know for sure he is missing J.K. Dobbins. I know that offense is missing him so
Oh,
bad.
absolutely.
And it
Absolutely. It's showing.
It shows so much, man.
If the trade rumors were true, I would take Saquon Barkley in a heartbeat. If the trade rumors are true, I'll take him in a heartbeat. Because we definitely need some help.
Man, because Lamar, because that's what I'm watching right now. It's just a Lamar show. And, and then, like, I don't know what it is, but Mark Andrews is not getting his typical targets anymore. I'm like, what is going on? Zay Flowers he's not getting the production that he should be getting. Odell is like hit and miss on like what the offense is that day. Half the time, you see him, he makes a catch, and the next 3 drives we don't see him at all. It's just a lot of inconsistency going on with the offense, but am I deeply concerned? No. I do think that they're going to figure it out, but does it bother me seeing the way that they're playing on offense, especially with them in the red zone? That does bother me because you like you said, you have to put some points on the board, and you're not going to go against a Tennessee all the time. You're just not. You're going to go against a Cleveland. You're going to go against
case. We got Detroit.
Detroit.
Yeah. We have Detroit coming. Yeah, think I'm not nervous about that game. I told him I'm not worried about no other team on our schedule but Detroit because they're looking very scary right now. Very scary. And Detroit is going to be running through some people, and they've only lost one time. And that was a fluke that happened with Seattle. One time. So that's going to be – that's where we can get the proof to say we the big bad Baltimore Ravens. You're not going to come in our house and do what you've done to everybody else. This is our chance to step up and show that. So I know they just signed a couple people today. So maybe they'll turn that around and we'll see what happens. But yes, I'll be sitting on the edge of my seat on Sunday like this. And probably I'm going to be like this on next Tuesday. Or I'm going to be like this on next Tuesday. 1 and 2, I'm going to be like. It's all good. But I'm not betting against the Ravens. And all the Detroit fans, anybody that's in Detroit to listen to me, I advocate for you all the time because y'all have pulled it and turned it around. Hey, if it's your time, it's your time. Y'all deserve it. But I'm not betting against the home team. Now, after we finish playing everything, I'll bet back on you again.
Yeah, right.
But right now, I got to rep the home team. So, but
Yeah.
wait a minute, I got to talk about this one. Any Dirty Birds fans in here? Any Dirty Birds? And even no. Wait, you got to listen to this. The best part of that game for me was the head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. His facial expressions told a whole story of how his team all game long. If you watch that game and every time they turned around to him, he was just like, put his hand on his head, like, what are you doing? His facial expressions told the whole game. To me, even though the Commanders won, he was the winner of the game because his facial expressions were priceless. I was like, people have to go back and watch the highlights. If you didn't see his facial expressions, it was amazing. When he threw that pick, he just put the thing over top of his head, the board over top of his head. He was the winner of that game. I know the Commanders may have won, and congratulations, Commanders fans. If you're in here in the stratosphere, say hello. I'm giving props to your team. Y'all did win, but the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons was the winner of that game with all those facial expressions. It was priceless. That was priceless. To me, that was just worth the admission just watching him and not even the game. Okay. That was the price of admission by itself.
Let me just, in case y'all are wondering why I had the reaction that I did, is because if I'm a Falcons fan right now, I am this close, like, to wanting Arthur Smith on the hot seat right now. I'm so serious.
Hey, we got 2 more weeks before we talk about the hot seat. We got 2 more weeks. More weeks.
Because here's what I mean, man.
Sherry, welcome.
If you give a lot of offensive coordinators or a lot of head coaches the pieces that he has, you gotta do something, man. This whole 3-and-out stuff, the whole not giving Kyle Pitts touches or Bijan Robinson 3-yard gain after 3-yard gain, like this isn't. You don't have Derrick Henry anymore. You don't have AJ Brown anymore. Get over it. This is a new team. I'm telling you right now, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I still think that Desmond Ridder does not need to be out there. I don't care what anybody says. He is 1 interception away from being a backup, but that's just my opinion. Again, that's Arthur Smith still having him out there. You need to figure this offense out, man. There is too many games that I'm watching Atlanta, and I'm like, y'all are leaving a lot of points in that field. A lot of points on that field.
Oh,
and there's only but so much that the defense can do. And their defense, the years before, we were talking about how bad the Atlanta Falcons defense was and how they just couldn't stop a cold. Well, now they have a pretty solid defense this year. So what's up? What's going on? So now it's not them. It's the offense that's sputtering out of control. What am I supposed to take away from that? Like, come on, man. This is year 3 now. Year 3. Come on, you gotta show up. You got Kyle Pitts. We're talking about him being a unicorn when he got out the draft. We were talking about Drake. You were talking about London last year about how, he's a sleeper. He's not a bad wide receiver now. You got Bijan Robinson in the backfield. You got all these pieces, man. Jonnu Smith, you made him relevant again. Come on, man.
Right.
Don't sit up there and not put these points on the board. You got the talent. You got the talent. And you know what? I mean, take it a step further. Your offensive line ain't all that bad either.
Right. No.
Come on, man.
But they made Washington look like some superstars.
I get it. And again, that's the thing about Washington. Like, they pick and choose when they want to be great. I'm not disputing that. But again, Smith, come on, man. You're dialing up those plays. You decided to put Ridder out there. There's a reason for us to believe in Ridder. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't believed in your offense yet. This is year 3. Come on, man. If I'm owner right now, I'm seriously, like, keeping a close eye on it. I really am. Because this is bad. Any other team will put some points on the board. with that talent, for sure. It's getting. I wouldn't go as far as 30. It's getting minimum 24, 28 off of offense alone.
Mm-hmm.
You're not putting that on the field. You're leaving a lot of points on the field, man. Yeah, Arthur Smith, man. I'm getting sick of watching that offense. It's kind of embarrassing. It really is.
But I'm gonna give Washington some shine. I guess with the whole the Dan Snyder era is over. Them boys are trying to turn it around. They're trying to make things happen. But I'm gonna give it to Bieniemy too. He done came in here and he's calling them plays for Sam Howell. And Sam Howell is doing the best he can as a rookie quarterback. I will give them some shine for this because he's out there, he's looking, he's making his reads, and he's throwing that ball. He's passing. Like I said, taking y'all to the limit and then come getting embarrassed by the Bears. Come on now. It makes no sense. Just like what you said. They're picking and choosing which game. No, every game means everything. And right now, if you think about it, the NFC East is still kind of up for grabs. Still kind of. But we'll see what happens because remember, they all got some rough games to go through. Everybody in that division, even us in the AFC North, we all got some rough games we have to go through. So it's just, if the football gods say again, I'm going to throw another monkey wrench in this week.
Man, please.
I tell you, the football gods, whoever made the football gods mad, y'all need to stop making these football gods mad. We want our teams to tear the fur off people. And that's just not happening with some of these losing teams. These teams are playing and playing and playing. So, Commanders fans, if any Commanders fans in here, I'm giving you your shine. I ain't even seen them show up. I ain't seen my Cowboys. Well, Venus here, she's a Cowboys fan. So, I ain't seen none of my regular fans coming here to give them some shine and their props. So, but here's another game I want to talk about. And I told you this would happen. Cincinnati. And Gina and Crystal usually come through here. They haven't came through at all. I told you Cincinnati will probably beat them. They put a beating on Gino. They put a beating on him.
All game long.
All game long, they put a beating on him.
Yep.
And I mean, you come down to fourth down and they put the whammy on him. And Cincinnati ended up winning that game. I said, I kind of figured they would because Joe Burrow, I don't know what the defense was thinking, but when he threw that bomb down the field, I'm like, is anybody going to cover this guy? Is anybody going to cover the guy? Couple plays, Burrow was airing that ball out. Y'all know Burrow's going to air the ball. Yes, T. Higgins, right? He has all these people. You think he's not going to air the ball out? I was like, what are they doing? I didn't even expect. I said Seattle was going to lose that game. And they did. Just like I thought.
Trying to warn y'all, man. Burrow's coming, dog.
He's getting hot.
Coming. He's getting hot all over again. He's getting hot all over again.
He's getting hot.
You know what's crazy, man? Because usually we can tell a quarterback is doing well just off of looking at the scoreboard. Y'all, the scoreboard doesn't tell the full story. If you watch that game, Burrow is dialing it up. You need to watch that game. Burrow is dialing up that entire secondary like it's sliced bread. I'm trying to tell you. Joe freaking Burrow, ladies and gentlemen, is back before our very eyes, and he is not playing with his food, and neither is that offense. And lo and behold, let them have a week where Joe Mixon starts getting involved in the offense.
And like I said, I was just sitting there looking, and I said, ooh, he's getting hot. And I'm looking, I'm like, oh, my God, he just launched that ball down the field. Touchdown. I'm like, and they in Cincinnati. So you know they hyped up because they're in front of their fans. So
nothing. He's making them pass like it's nothing, y'all.
Nothing. Like it's nothing. Like that ankle not even bothering him.
Yep. It's almost like he's actually getting better.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah. I think he's stretching every game. That's what it is. He's stretching that boy out. All right, let's go play. Cornerstone shot, please.
Exactly.
So he is just he wore them out, but the defense wore Gino out. I felt sorry about it. As many times he got hit in that game, I said, woo, he took a beating. beaten.
Yeah.
So, Gino, you better get it together, sir.
Hey, that's not him, man. That offensive line, man. We
Offensive
need to
line.
we need to do that look in the mirror like immediately, because there was a couple of occasions to where Gino was getting hit, and you was just like, this is only a 3-man pass rush. It's only a 4-man pass rush. How are they even able to get to Gino like this? Just
Right.
straight power. Just straight power. Because none of them guys are fast, really. Outside of Trey Henderson, there's not a whole lot of fast people on
Right.
front seven. They're just winning off of straight power.
Yep.
Complete overpowering that offensive line. The offensive line need to get in the weight room, like immediately, like right now.
Yeah.
Y'all want to go through a walkthrough? No. Y'all, the entire offensive line, backup starters, third stringers, y'all need to be in that weight room. All y'all need to be doing is lifting right now.
And the
Because
practice
y'all were
squad.
just completely everybody need to
And
be
the practice
in
squad.
the weight room. It needs to be with a bunch of 300-pound guys lifting, because my word, did y'all get overpowered on Sunday? So
yes, they did.
Bengals, man, look, man.
Cincy,
We've been
man,
saying
they
it.
getting hot. They getting hot.
We've been saying it. Look, all they need is for them to get hot.
Yep.
Ain't nothing
Absolutely.
too big for them.
Absolutely.
Big.
I'm gonna give you this one because you kind of told me this one. I'm gonna give you this one.
What's that?
Okay. I give you the props for Jacksonville. I give you the props for Jacksonville. I give you the props for Jacksonville because they put a shellacking on the Colts.
Man, did they?
I give you the props. I give you the props. I give you the props. He was looking like a superstar down there. I'm like, wait a minute, what's the score? Wait, what's the score? Wait, another touchdown? Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
I give it to you. They put a program, they was ready for the Colts. But did you just hear that what was it? What's the quarterback for the Colts? Yeah.
Richardson?
He had to have surgery.
Out for the
He's
year.
probably out for the season.
Yeah.
So my
I
thing
think their
is
season is done.
you picked this guy. You said this is our guy. And he ain't really been on the field at all. This is our guy, but he hasn't been on the field.
I don't know what to make of that, man. That you know what this reminds me of, and this is what the sad thing about the Colts is, that every time that we have this conversation, I have to immediately think about this, because Richardson already hurt his first year. The only difference is that now we're in a day and age to where we know exactly every little thing that happens on the spot. Okay?
Right.
What does this remind you of? You want to know what it reminds me of? Andrew Luck.
Luck.
You want to know what happened to Andrew Luck?
Yep.
Luck was sitting up there taking them shots, getting hit all over the place. The only difference is that they chose not to put an injury designation on him, because they knew that, lo and behold, Luck was going to find a way to play. The problem is that with Richardson, he's getting hit because he's 6'5", 235 pounds. No matter what he does, he can try to do any move possible. He could try to slide. He could try to evade. He could do whatever he wants to do. Man, it's just he's a taller version of Andrew Luck. He's another Cam Newton, where the moment that he escapes that pocket, or if he's in the pocket, linemen aren't going just come to sleep. No.
Oh no, they're gonna put a hurting on
this boy. They're gonna hurt this boy.
Like, yeah, we're gonna make sure you don't run anymore.
Yeah, so it sucks. It really does suck, because he when he was on the field, he played very well. He played very, very well.
Yes, he did.
Again, man, and I don't know if you want to put on the offensive line again like it was with Luck. I don't know, but man.
Well, if this is your prized possession, you gotta protect them. You gotta protect them. You gotta give him somebody to throw to. You gotta give him somebody to run the ball. He can't do it all.
Yeah, so
he's not the human highlight reel of Lamar Jackson, Mr. Video Game. Just step out the way and just keep running. And the defenders just running past him. you got to give this guy some weapons. You got to protect him. Give him an offensive line. That was the biggest thing with Cincinnati. Offensive line. Now he has a subpar offensive line, but guess what?
Still,
They're protected for him. And he's launching balls over people's heads. So, yeah, but
speedy recovery, bro. Speedy recovery, man.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
We miss you when you're on the field, man.
Okay.
It just sucks. This is Andrew Luck all over again.
Do you want to just talk about how Bill Belichick's career is over?
No.
Well, you just want to pass that one on by?
No. We already know this. Don't tell me something I already know, man. Come on. You know what I want to talk about? I'm gonna hit you a curveball on this one.
Come on.
Mom's not gonna like me for this one, but I'm gonna say it anyway. CJ Stroud and your Houston Texans came up with yet another win.
I was getting to that.
Something. Let me tell you something. Yes, you're right. She was in the comments on Saturday. In case y'all missed it, she said in the comments that the defense was gonna get an interception. They did. I ain't gonna take that away. Oh boy, that offense in Houston, man.
Houston is cooking. They looking good. If
y'all not buttoned up, man, this offense is going to eat you alive. It really is. There was a moment that CJ Stroud had with his offensive coordinator. Mind you, both rookies, first year offensive coordinator, first year quarterback. Having a conversation in the middle of the game. CJ's like, all right, what's the play here? The coordinator says, hey, whatever you see, take it. You're giving a rookie quarterback that much responsibility?
That much power?
Are you kidding me? And guess what happened? Touchdown.
Yep.
You can't make this stuff up, man. CJ Stroud is he what was he? He was second overall?
Yep.
He's showing his worth right now. He's showing his worth right now, y'all. Again, with an offensive line that's not good. Dameon Pierce, I don't know when his game is going to be, but I guess he's getting in when he fit in. The receivers are hurt. All these excuses that we like to give on other quarterbacks, we got all of them.
No.
I totally understand if he struggles. We would totally understand. It's Houston, for God's sakes. We would understand that. It's Houston.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's always bad to happen. Boy, oh boy. CJ Stroud is making it work. Shout out to D'Amico Ryans, the head coach over there. That coaching staff, man. I was saying at the conclusion of the show on Saturday that when I look at the 7 teams that can make the playoffs in the AFC, it would not surprise me if the Texans snuck in. It is, or if the Jaguars are having to keep dealing with injuries, they may mess around and win a division. That is how well they're playing right now.
Yeah.
Y'all can keep treating Houston like they just a whole nother team, just a whole nother guy, as Steve Smith would say, if you want to. But I'm telling you right now, they ain't playing. They ain't playing right now. And don't let the record fool you.
Game to play. I mean, they took the Saints down. They took the Saints down again.
Seriously, man.
Which Derek Carr is playing? I'm just saying. Is it the LA Derek Carr or? I'm sorry. Which Derek Carr is playing? It's just like which Matthew Stafford is playing.
Can we get Alvin Kamara to football? You got him back for a suspension. Now you have him. You don't want to utilize him?
No. No, not at all.
Can he get the football? Can y'all dial up some plays for him to get open? I mean, my word, what is going on with the play calling?
just like the same thing going on with the play calling in New England. Nothing.
Oh, God. No. Oh no.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to throw some shade for that one.
That ain't the same. That ain't the same.
That ain't the
same. That is not the same. Because at least New Orleans gonna put some points on the board. About New England.
No. Belichick is done.
You know what?
He's done.
You walked me into it. So now I guess we're going to talk about it.
Shannon Sharpe
Mac Jones
said it best.
is done.
He said, I see who it was. It was Tom Brady. It wasn't Belichick. He said it was Tom Brady. It was Tom Brady. And I never liked Tom Brady. I never liked the guy. But hey, you have to give it to him. He's the GOAT. Mm-hmm. He's the GOAT. No one's did what that man has done. I had to give it to him.
Nope. And it may never be duplicated. Belichick is done, man.
You're going to be in trouble with this comment. I'm just saying. You're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, but Mom, you know what it boiled down to. I said it on Saturday. If Alvin Kamara gets some football, y'all should win this game. I did say that. I made sure that y'all didn't get the football. I don't know what it was. But that's neither here nor there. Mac Jones.
Hey, look at the comment. And I ain't even started yet. But thanks, Marvin. Thanks for starting it up.
Thank you. They got the Rams this week anyway.
I know.
Cooper Kupp is back, ladies and gentlemen. In case you missed it. Back-to-back 125-plus yard games. What the hell is wrong with this guy? Anyways. Mac Jones, man. If you're in New England, do you even try to see if there's a team that could trade for him? What do you do, man? Because there was a moment, one of the interceptions that he threw, this is how bad it was. He saw Hunter Henry, the tight end, running with him. This man Henry is this wide open. It's almost like Jamar Chase. Just so wide open. You can't unsee him. What Mac Jones does with this football? Straight to the other team. Completely misses him.
Hey, you see, our defense remained in New Orleans. Our offense and special teams had too much gumbo.
Wow.
And JB, like the Ravens have an easy game. That game wasn't easy when we played over there. That game was not easy. That game wasn't easy.
Nope.
That game wasn't easy.
Tucker basically,
and neither is this one coming up with Detroit.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if y'all not poised for a shootout, y'all might as well just leave the bags at home. Leave the bags at home. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. Coming. We gonna have to shut them down early. We got to hit golf hard and hit them hard. Hit them hard. Hit them first.
Yep.
We got to hit golf hard and first.
New England, gross.
And since we talking that they got to play the Rams next week, they beat the brakes off the Cards. I mean, the brakes. D-brakes.
Cooper Kupp, man.
That's
Kupp, man.
AFC North gonna have some rough games this week. We got some rough games.
Kupp, man. Cooper Kupp is that. I don't know how you can come back from injury and act like nothing ever happened. I really don't get it. I really don't. He literally came back 2 weeks ago, and he already has 2 games that he has over 100 yards receiving.
Right. Hey, he's just showing you, hey, I'm here. Don't sleep on me. That's all it is. Wow. Don't sleep on me. I'm here. Don't sleep on me. Don't sleep on me.
I really have nothing else to say, man. It was just wow. Okay. Still that guy. All right. But yeah, the Rams. The Rams, man, they're dealing with some injuries too. There's a lot of teams dealing with injuries this week, man.
Yeah.
Us playing is day to day, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be huge. Practically, our entire secondary was hurt. We missed Slay on Sunday. Got to figure out what the update is on him. We didn't have Jalen Carter. Right. We got a lot of injuries going on across the entire league. Trevor Lawrence showed up on practice today with a knee brace.
Oh.
I don't know what to severity of that issue is, man. But
But again,
in
we lead
favor.
the league for injuries. We still got that title. Don't we still got that title? We lead the league for injuries. We still got that title. A title I hope we get rid of because we definitely need some better production going down this
It's
stretch.
something in that Baltimore water, man. I tell you.
Again, we gotta get that fixed. We gotta get that fixed. Any Bills fans in here? Any Bills fans? Because I'm gonna get on you for this game. I'm gonna get on you for that game. Now, don't get me wrong. It was a great, like I said, the football guys just wasn't happy about something. Saying, yeah, we just gonna put the whammy on everybody. And that's what they did. But if you ain't gonna tell me that wasn't a holding call at the end of the game, and the refs didn't call that, and it happened right in front of the refs, he had the guy under the shoulder pads.
Yep.
That should have been pass interference or holding at least. Put the ball on the one. Buffalo escaped with a win with that game. Don't get me wrong. Great game all the way down. And it was I think I heard somebody say it was another holding call. It was another holding call. But that call, oh no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Great game to you?
Yeah. That was a great game to me.
Oh, God.
Minus all the BS penalties.
But please, man.
No, I enjoyed that game. All the way up to the holding call. I'm like, no one's gonna call that. Anytime you got the commentators talking about, hey, we was looking for a flag. Everybody in the stadium looking for a flag. Because they was all quiet until they didn't see no flag.
Okay. Let me just stop this right here.
Come on.
This wasn't a good this from both teams, man. Like, this was not good. Like this is not good football, okay? Josh Allen was like one pass away from throwing an interception again. If you blink, you threw another interception, y'all. Like, that's what the Bills offense was. I mean, sputtering out of control. And what I took away from that game is if they don't have any deep plays, Stephon Diggs, nothing. And that is not encouraging to see when you're in the same division as Miami. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. Okay. Can't run the ball. Josh Allen is still careless with the football. He misses Brian Daboll. We see that clearly. Both defenses came to play, though. I'll tell you that. If that's what you mean by a good performance,
why
okay.
I enjoyed the game so much. It's because of the defenses. The defense.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay.
Tyrod Taylor was the quarterback. Let me say this again.
Jones.
Tyrod Taylor was the quarterback.
Daniel Jones.
The quarterback.
I'll take him over Daniel Jones, though.
I get it.
Okay.
Remember?
Okay.
Let's look at his history, right? He was with Baltimore, right?
Yep.
Remember, he went to Buffalo, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right? Didn't work out in Buffalo. Then he just started being backups on places. Now he playing against a team that, hey, they said, hey, you was the hope of this place.
Mm-hmm.
And he should have beat him. He should have beat him. That game should be over. But I agree with this too. There's been plenty of flags, plenty of laundry. These refs are throwing everything. But yet, you throwing these flags, but blatant stuff you're not throwing. Because again, I'm going to that holding call down at the end of the game, and you didn't call that. You're in the back of the end zone. You don't see it? You don't see guys
right in front of you.
It's right in front of
you. Yeah.
Right in front of you. So somebody, I think it was Venus was saying this, and she was saying, I'm gonna go jump on the Cowboys here for a second, that she thinks Dak is purposely throwing games. Just her opinion. I said, well, let me listen to you about this. She said, because clearly in some of these games, he was just throwing it to the other team. I'm like, I don't think that's the reason. I really don't think that's the reason.
I've never heard that.
She thinks, and it's a lot of them down there in Dallas thinking that he's just throwing these games.
What does he even throw a game for?
Venus, you in here? If you want to comment on that. So
what does he even throw the game for?
She thinks he's throwing his game. But I told her I don't think that's the reason. I said, I just think that he's just making some bad reads. But hey, I'm just waiting for the book to come out with some of these
gain
refs.
out of throwing these games away right now.
Hey, listen.
Not
Hey,
having a
AB,
starting job anymore.
Hey, listen. He probably won't have one after the season. He should have been gone. But she said there's a lot of chatter down there about that. And if anybody wants to debate me on it, hey, I'm here. I'm here. I'm always here. You can debate me.
Yeah.
On it. So
wow.
She just thinks that he's purposely throwing games because, like, some of these plays, he would throw just picks to the other team. Like, there was no receiver nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. So
throwing them. I don't know about that. I would say I would say he be getting too stuck on a certain read, like you said. I think he be stuck on a 5'9" Brandon Cooks deep field, knowing good and well he can't see him, and still chucks it anyway. Okay, I'll see you there. But to purposely throw him away, what's he getting out of doing that? What's he getting out of doing that?
You never know. I mean, it's not like it hasn't happened before. I'm just saying. It's not like it hasn't happened before.
That's true.
So I don't know. That's just some chatter I heard. And I was like, well, we'll see. Because I'm gonna really be watching them. But what I look at more than anything is Dak's eyes. If you look at Dak's eyes, and you know, someone brought this up to me about his eyes. If you look at his eyes, you can tell what type of game he's gonna have. Because he looks like a totally different person. It's like one day he's on fire, right? Let's go to the Giants game. On fire, right? Did you watch his eyes last night? No. He didn't look himself.
Okay.
He didn't look himself. He didn't look himself. I'll explain to you when we get off air. But he didn't look himself. But he didn't look himself. Now let's look next week when you watch the game. Look at his eyes and see if he looks himself or he doesn't look himself. Because if you looked at him last night, it looked like he was spaced out. Like he was in faraway space.
Wow.
I'm telling you, when he has those great games, look at his eyes. His eyes are going to be different. His whole demeanor is going to be different. He looked spaced out last night.
Oh, wow.
He looked spaced out last night.
Okay. Interesting.
So, but that's what I say about the Cowboys. They too up and down, up and down, up and down. There's no consistency. All right, I can pick on the Ravens here for a second. We're the same way. We're not really consistent. You know, we miss pieces. We do this. We do that. Okay, one day we doing good. Next day we're just whatever. We're going to really find out we're going to do good on Sunday with Detroit. Yep. That's when we're going to find out who we really are against them. And we have to get into a shootout with them. We have to get into a shootout with them.
That's your prove it game.
So I'll talk to you offline about it.
Okay.
No, the comment. I'll talk to you offline about it. So
all right.
Yeah. So again, you have to watch him. And I was like, Okay. I was like, wow. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Okay. I don't really think about that now. All right.
I'm just saying, watch his performance. Watch his performance. Okay. And if you want to go back, go replay the game when he played against the Giants. Look at him. And then versus this game when he played against LA. Just look at his eyes. Let's look at his eyes.
Interesting.
So I'm just saying, just watch him. Just watch him. Because he looked spaced out last night. I'm like, okay. Remember, these guys get hit every week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just never know what they're going through. What going through in their personal life. You don't know.
Right.
You really don't know. But I'm just saying, someone told me about that, and I actually started watching.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I said, oh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, so just watch them for the rest of the season and see if you see what I see. Just see what I see.
Are we missing anything else?
I think we covered everything. Yeah, we didn't talk about at Miami. We're not even going to talk about that game. All right, all right, that was a shellacking. We're not going to talk about that. Yeah, we just talked about everything. We pretty much talked about everything.
All right.
So,
now
and as always, we get to our lovely brown bag. You know something? I'm not giving out a brown bag for this one, but I'm giving an award to Atlanta Falcons coach. I'm telling you, for the facial expressions. He entertained me all game, okay? The man made my Sunday, all right? The facial expressions on that, because he don't get a brown bag for that. His team does. He gets the award for that because his facial expressions were priceless. 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 Priceless.
Wow.
Priceless. His facial expressions are priceless. So, but I give a brown bag to the Atlanta Falcons because of that poor performance. But the coach, he gets an award. My man. I'm gonna have to start watching the games so I can see his facial expressions.
Well, you may not be seeing him long if he ends up getting fired. But anyways, my brown bag, man, there's so many to choose from. Well, one of them I'm gonna have to give to. I'm gonna have to give it to Jalen, man. Jalen gets
what? Giving it to Jalen?
I am like. I'm not saying all this game was his fault, but there were some throws that he left out on that field. And given that there was given that after the first quarter, like, because the first quarter is your script plays. That's your first 15. The rest of the game, if you wanted to make an audible, you can do that. There's going to be no outlawing on that. You threw the ball like at least, like, I want to say 50 times. You can't do that. Change it to a run. Run the football. You know that Lane Johnson is out. So, and that's what caused his interceptions. He just kept throwing it and throwing it and throwing it again and throwing it some more. And so, yeah, Jalen gets a brown bag for me. But I think he's going to bounce back against Miami on Sunday night. That should be fun.
Okay. Okay.
But
Let me see who I'm going to give him a brown bag to.
He gets a brown bag.
Bill Belichick. I'm going to give him one.
That was easy.
I'm just give Bill one. I'm definitely going to give Belichick one. Because here's the thing. Belichick, what are you doing? It's time for you to go. That whole era up there, it's time to go. Tom Brady was the man, you wasn't. Belichick, you got to go. Belichick, you get a brown bag. What was the quarterback? Daniel Jones? No, not Daniel. What's his name?
Jones.
Mac Jones. Yeah, you get a brown bag too. Put Zappy in the game. I'm all for Zappy. I'm gonna hold a Zappy sign up next week. Put Zappy in the game. Mac Jones, get out of here. All my New England fans ain't gonna be too happy about that.
Yeah, they'll get over it because they know it's true. All right. My second one is them Chargers, man. Y'all gave this game away in so many different ways. Y'all were so, like, not buttoned up. Lack of discipline.
They weren't buttoned up?
Like, yeah, like just the lack of discipline on the defensive side. Offensive line was just god-awful. Couldn't run the ball with Eckler. Like, y'all gave this game away. Dallas was not supposed to win this game. And Brandon Staley, I think I'm gonna clump it up into one because Brandon Staley and the Chargers, Brandon Staley and his play calling just never ceases to disappoint. You just know that you're always going to be a game. You're always going to be in a game, no matter what it looks like. As long as Brandon Staley is the head coach of that team, you will always be in the game. That within itself is a brown bag. Brown down, brown bag, brown beneath, brown below. Like y'all getting everything. Y'all gave this game away, and that's ridiculous. So, yep, I'm gonna have to give it to the Chargers as a whole.
All right, I just got a text on my phone. I have to announce this. I got this text on my phone. I just looked at it. So apparently the podcast was shared, and I have 4,000 people watching me tonight.
Wow!
Whoever was watching, I want to say thank you.
I
just want to say thank you if you tuned in. Whoever it was, because apparently my podcast was shared, and they circled that it was 4.5 thousand people watching. So I just want to say thank you if y'all all still listening. And please, hey, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Come in here and rep your team. So whoever you were, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in to the show. But all y'all get awards for that. I'm not going to get brown bags for that. Then we come in here and talk about your team, and I'll give you some brown bags for that. But thank you so much. I appreciate you all. So my last brown bag, this is my last one that I'm going to give it to. I'm going to give it to Kyle Hamilton for the Baltimore.
Really?
Yes. Okay. I'm going to give it to him for hitting that guy in the head the way he did, okay? helmet to helmet hit. And then that dude was shaking on the ground. I'm going to have to give him a brown bag for that. Hey, listen, I know we want to hit hard. I know we play like a Raven or whatever, but I'm giving you a brown bag for that, sir, because you could have seriously hurt that guy. you could have seriously hurt that guy. Because that guy was shaking. It made me nervous when I saw the guy shaking on the ground like that because it reminded me of Tua. So, like I said, you get a brown bag for that, sir, but you'll redeem yourself next week. You'll be back in the game because you're a great player. I appreciate it. Now, I always reach out to the gallery because I want to hear who y'all brown bags are. So, come on, gallery. I know y'all in here. Give me some brown bags. Who y'all brown bags are? I can't get the Steelers a brown bag. Let me tell you why, because they didn't play this week. It was just home chilling. So, can't get them a brown bag. But shoot, we all might be getting brown bags next week. Man, who knows?
Who knows, man? Okay. My last one is this is tough. Look, man, them Buccaneers, man. I thought y'all were gonna put up a fight against Detroit. I know Detroit is that team, but man, just what happened? The offense was a no-show. Offensive line couldn't help with the run game. There was no run game. Them creamsicles were the only things that wasn't going to get a brown bag. But only coming up with 6 points, knowing that y'all offense could do so much better than that. Brown bag to the Buccaneers, man. Y'all could do so much better than that. But I think y'all doing it on purpose. Kid, y'all trying to.
Oh, that's what they doing it on purpose.
Yes. Now that they're doing it on purpose because I think they're trying to get rid of somebody. I think they're trying to get rid of somebody by the trade deadline. Don't be stupid, Tampa Bay. Don't you send them to the wrong team. And you know who I'm talking about. Don't you send them that way. Don't you send them to Kansas City. You know who I'm talking about, Tampa.
And we didn't talk about them at all, did we? We didn't talk about Kansas City at all.
We talked about them on Saturday. We good.
Yeah. Because you know how they do.
Oh, I know. I know.
They just creep up. They just keep creeping.
Hey, look. There's only 4. I think there's 4 to 5 teams that have 5-1 right now. Kansas City's one of them.
Kansas City's one of them.
Yep. We're gonna give them their. We're gonna give them their press. Trust me. If no one else does, we will.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we give Kansas City press. Yeah,
I got you. We good. Because I know the script now.
Yeah, we know what y'all do now. Kansas City.
Yeah.
Kelsey,
I
if you're listening.
y'all out.
Yeah.
So,
But thank y'all everyone for tuning in. Again, thank you whoever shared that and then went out to 4,000, over 4,000 people with 500 comments. I need to go find this so I can just put it on here. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. We will be here next week. Guess what? Prediction Wednesdays tomorrow. Hey, when I come on there, I shoot them out to all my social media platforms. Tell me who you are rocking with, who your team is, who you're not. If you see me out, say, hey, this is my team. Hey, I'll get an interview with you. Like I said, I enjoyed each and every one of y'all tonight. TJ's enjoyed each and every one of you. We'll be back here next Tuesday, 6 o'clock. Let's do it again. Let's see who gets upset. Let's see who gets everything. Let's bring it on. Anybody wants to smoke, I'm here. And that goes for you 4,500 people, too. I'm all over the smoke. Thank y'all so much. And we'll see y'all later.